Hi, my name is Edith. I'm from Ghana. I'm 17 years of age. Well, the most important people in my life are my colleagues, children, and all other people who are working to make the world safer for children. That is our parents, leaders, policymakers, and all. I really want to talk about child participation since it's one thing that is not really going on in my country, Ghana. And I would also like to talk about leadership. Leadership in Ghana and in Africa. I'm not saying all leaders. Most leaders are doing their best, but some are really not. About child participation, I think most children from Ghana grow up very timid. There's a saying that charity begins at home. But from the home situation, you realize that the moment children are given birth to, they are told that the moment they try to express their opinions, they are disrespectful. And I don't think making children keep quiet or shut up all of the time will help solve their problems. Because when the children do not speak out, their problems will never be known and they will never be solved. I'm part of a media advocacy group in Ghana called Children and Youth in Broadcasting, and our job is to make the rights of the children known to them and also their responsibilities. Rights go with responsibilities and all that, and we don't only send our messages to children but to parents as well. We address issues that affect children, such as child trafficking, child labor, child abuse, neglect, and all other things that affect children. Even with that, there is limited participation, not with the people in the club or with the leaders who organize the club, but with the studio, those working in the studio and all. You realize that you enter into a studio and one DJ comes in and it's like, don't touch this, don't touch that, you children like disturbing, you children like talking too much. Adults always have something to say, something bad to say about children and never anything good, and I really have a problem with that. I would also like to remind our leaders that before they came into power, they promised to serve us. Most of the times, leaders come into power and they forget that they promised to serve us and they want to be served. They sit in their very comfortable corners, in their comfortable offices, and assume that everyone is well, especially with children. Those in the real situation are never heard. It is about the rich people. It is about those who are kids or children of the leaders, and I think it's a very bad thing. I'm not saying leaders are doing anything bad. I mean, they are also doing their best to help children, but there are some leaders who are not doing anything at all. Those who do something good, they do like one good thing and then the rest of it all is bad. And I think that is one thing most African leaders lack. Now, one main issue I would like to address about leaders is the fact that they do not put children as a priority. Such as with this conference, this is really not a personal attack, but some leaders or some presidents are not here because they think they have much more important things to do than being with the children here with in the delegates conference and all. And this should be changed. I mean, children should be their priority. We are the future, we are the present, we are the investment. We have to be invested in so that later on our produce will be high and then the nation will be a better place to live in. Now we are advocating about creating a world fit for children. Most of the times, most African leaders continue borrowing from other countries or from other international funds or other international banks, and they always promise they'll pay in the next 8 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, forgetting that we, the children, are going to be the leaders of that time. So it means we are going to pay for their expenses. And when they continue putting all the payments on us, we are supposed to pay everything. It's not going to be a good thing, because even now we are say we don't have enough money, then what if we continue borrowing, and then the next time, I mean, the money, the money we have borrowed would have been even more than what they want to pay now. And then adults, I mean, when we children become adults, we didn't get that kind of money to pay. We know of the saying that, I mean, something very good does not easily come with something which is not expensive. Something very good almost always goes with something expensive. And if we want a better future for Ghana, for Africa, for the world, if we want to create a world fit for children all over, then it means we would have to leave a legacy for we the young people. We would have to leave a lot of resources for we the young people, not only financial, I mean, not only giving out our hearts or then speaking for children to be assured and everything, but also leaving financial resources, also doing realistic things and not just putting down policies. So I think this whole borrowing of so much money that will be paid by us should really stop, so that all that money could go into investing in children that day. I would really want a world where adults wouldn't just be making policies, because I realized a lot of leaders come into this conference with their child delegates, not because they really want them to participate, but because they want to look good. I mean, it wouldn't be nice if they don't come with child delegates, so they would really like to feel good and look good, so they come with their children and they prevent them from talking. I think that is not one sure way of creating a world fit for children. And if we really want to create a world fit for children, then all this must stop. I would also like to see a world where a lot of policies are now being taken into actions. I think a lot of documents have been made, a lot of policies made, a lot of things have been written in books. Even those who are in the real situations don't even have access to those books, don't even know what is going on. They are just still in their conditions, and all this whole plenty writing issues must stop, and then we must see realistic things going on. We must see the government's doing what they've promised. They don't just come and sit here, give long speeches. We clap for them, they party on our behalf, and go home. I would really like to see a world fit for children and leaders putting children in their priority. And from the home sector, parents have the duty to allow children to speak out, because charity really begins at home. When you allow your children, it shouldn't be from only rich families. It should be everywhere. Now, when some adults believe that when children are given the right to talk, they say anything. I mean, pardon me for this word, but they say nonsense. They speak nonsense. And I really think every child has feelings, and the child would really like to say what he or she feels. And even if it is nonsense, just remove the non, and of course there will be a sense. Okay, so you listen to the child. Take out. We must realize that the child. You must give. You must listen to the child in his or her best interest. Take out what is good for the child, and I mean the rest. You could find your way of telling the child that this can be done for you because of this. Give the child good reasons, and the child will actually understand, because the child is a human being. Yes, so that is all about, creating a world fit for children, about child participation, and about leaders. Thank you.